So if you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to move like this, then you're gonna definitely want to stick around for the entire video. But I hope this video will also help you with your awareness and positioning, because I'm gonna go over a few things that can help with that, because the movement in this game is a lot more about positioning than flashy movement. I'm also gonna go over my controller layout and my settings, so let's get directly into that. But also make sure you go follow my Twitch. I'm live every single day. So first thing I'm gonna go over is my button layout. So I play default flip, which means I shoot with L1 and R1, but I slide with B. But honestly, I would just find whatever you're comfortable with. But I suggest if you play claw, I would play default flip. If you don't play claw and you don't have paddles, bumper jumper is definitely the best substitute. Now getting into sensitivity, I think sensitivity is very misconstrued. A lot of people think the faster sensitivity you have, the faster you move, but that is not the case at all. Find a sense that's high enough to where you feel like you can react to everything you need to react to, but also keep a smoothness, because you do not want to be out there looking choppy. But now for dead zones, I think this is very important. Your left stick max should be between 70 and 65, because it actually makes the input for you to start sprinting faster. But as for your right stick, I think you should find whatever works best for your controller. I have stick drift, so I have mine on 4 and 95, but you really want to have your left stick max around this area. Now going over the movement settings, you're going to want to have sprint assist on, mantle assist off, crouch assist off, corner slice off, slide dive behavior. I personally play on slide only, but for the movement guide, I'm going to show you everything I know on hybrid. Hybrid does allow you to dive. I don't think diving is that important in this game, but I'll go over more on this later. Automatic airborne mantle, you're going to want to turn this off. Sprint restore, you're going to want to keep on. Slide maintain sprint, you're definitely going to want to leave on. Parachute off, obviously. Wall jump activation press. Combat roll assist off. Movement advanced settings, you're going to want to go to grounded mantle and turn this off. For your tactical sprint activation, you're definitely going to want to have single tap sprint on. That is pretty much everything for the settings. Now I'm going to get into the movement guide and also just some tips and tricks overall to help you guys fight squads. I feel like it's dumb for me to even include this, but I'm going to go over slide canceling first. I'm not going to say too much. Slide canceling is just when you press B and A or circle and X on a PlayStation controller. You're literally just canceling your slide early rather than letting it drag all the way out. And also it makes it so you can use other inputs faster rather than waiting the entire slide animation. So the next thing I want to talk about is G sliding. You can't really do it as well as you can do it in BO6. It's basically when you jump into a slide and then take that momentum and jump out of it, and usually you can keep a good amount of momentum going. You can't really do it like you could in BO6, but it's definitely still a super good way to keep your momentum on the map. Now the next thing I want to talk about incorporating sliding though is I think the most useful thing about sliding in this game, and that's jumping into a slide or just sliding while ADSing. It's so good for swinging corners when you slide cancel and ADS, because you can pretty much level change as soon as you want. All you do is just press A. So you could do it late around the corner or you could do it early around the corner. It's honestly a very good way to ego chow, but an even better way is actually jumping into the slide and aiming in. It makes it feel like you're zooming, going really fast. You can do it forward. I've noticed it feels really nice when you do it to the side, or you can do it backwards. But honestly, the most useful movement tech involved in sliding is drop sliding. So basically drop sliding is when you're going to want to slide and you're going to end up proning onto your side. This really messes up people's aim assist when you do it fast. It's very good for swinging corners because it does make your player model look a little bit weird when you do it. It honestly is really good for breaking aim assist, and you can incorporate this with the jump slide as well. And you can either drop straight into your prone or you can bob up fast so you can get right back into fighting and moving. I think definitely incorporating this into your movement is such a big thing. It really helps in gunfights, and the whole point of movement is just to get your enemy to miss more bullets on you so you can take the fight at a better angle or in a better position. But like I said, I really feel like this does do a lot to people's aim assist. Makes it a lot harder for you to be hit and seen, especially on Haven's Hollow where it's hard to see on that map a little bit. This can really mess up somebody's visibility if they're trying to track you. Another thing that is very good in this game, especially with certain attachments you can put on certain guns like the ARs and the SMGs, strafing and shouldering are a huge thing. Strafing is just when you move your stick left to right. You can do it while shooting, you can do it while aiming, you can do it while doing anything, and you should always be mindful in strafing at any time you can. It's very useful, and I really recommend doing it. I would strafe while moving, I would strafe while shooting, I would strafe while hip firing, but you want to do anything that makes it harder for the enemy to hit you. So strafing while shooting and strafing while hip firing is a huge thing, especially when you're dealing with solo quads, because you want to keep as many plates as you can for every person. And a useful way to use strafing is actually shouldering. Shouldering is when you use cover like a doorway, like a bus, the side of a house, any type of cover. Shouldering is basically strafing left to right really quick so that you can get information behind the wall without actually revealing your entire body. Just like if there was a bunch of people right here, if you were shouldering it quick, you could get the information on where the people are without really exposing too much of yourself, and that way you can process in your brain like the best way you can chow that situation before you actually get into it. You can't really do it as well anymore, but I definitely want to talk about snaking. I've gone over this on all my previous movement guides. It definitely feels like they tried to, you know, stop it a little bit. It's definitely harder to do. You can still do it if you get into a good flow of it, but definitely feels like it gives you a little bit of a delay now. But snaking is basically just going prone, walking forward, walking back, going prone, walking forward, walking back, going prone, walking forward, walking back, forward into the prone, stepping back, forward into the prone, stepping back. It's very easy. It basically makes it so only the tip of your head is poking out from behind the car. Pause. It's very good for like getting information without being hit, and also you can send a couple shots. You can also strafe while snaking, which makes it so your head is basically like popping out like a whack-a-mole, so they don't actually know where you're gonna chow from. But that's pretty much all for snaking. I think it's good to incorporate in Warzone when you're like fighting a full squad and you need to like, you know, see who is all pushing you. So I actually have my friend right here helping me with this part, but the next thing I want to talk about is ego challenging. Ego challenging stands for ego challenging. So challenging someone is pretty much anytime you swing a corner or jump around a corner. Now, using the movement that I taught you in ego challenging is a big thing, but using those movement techniques to surprise the enemy is definitely what you want to work on. Another thing I wanted to talk about was when to ego chow. One great way to use ego challenging is breaking someone's camera. So breaking someone's camera is basically when you slide around them or jump around them and take their back. So this way you can put shots into them without them even looking at you. Did I fuck that up? Without them even looking at you. And the best way to do this is to actually sound whore for them and wait for them to push up around like a corner like this, or coming out of a doorway. Because if you actually sound whore, you can usually hear them running up, and then you can take their back and kill them as fast as you can. Pretty much the easiest way to camera someone, because once they're already aiming and centering at you, it's obviously going to be a lot harder to break that aim assist and get behind them. So ego challenging around a corner when you hear them coming is definitely like a super smart strategy for killing people in this way. I definitely would not get too focused on trying to break their cameras though, because like you don't want to be one of those kids on TikTok like spinning 300 times, popping one stim just to get one kill. Like I definitely think it's a better thing for positioning, like to break someone's camera when you can get some good positioning on them. While on the topic of ego challenging and breaking cameras though, I want to emphasize how it is very important to use cover and use it to your advantage with movement and use it to your advantage while ego challenging. It is definitely huge to be mindful of where you're at, what you can take cover behind, and what you can use as help to keep your enemies from getting more shots landed on you. Because like I said earlier in the video, this game is so much position based. Like you need to be in the right positions or you are going to get stacked on or get gunned across the map, especially on Hibbins Hollow. So always just be mindful looking at your mini map, looking at your map, looking at what you can use. But that is pretty much everything for Warzone. I'm about to talk about wall jumping a little bit, but this is about it for Warzone. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about was wall jumping. Chose to keep this last, and I think I'm going to keep it short because honestly this is more of a movement guide for Warzone, but I have had a couple crazy wall jump clips in multiplayer. You can definitely move around with it and have fun with it, but I do feel like you are easily tracked out of the air in this game with the aim assist. You definitely get gunned by bots a lot, but one very useful thing I've noticed is like on a map like Nuketown where you have this center bus and there's a window right above here, I found it great for getting information, or even sometimes you can beam someone out of that window real quick when you jump over it. And also I think it's great to incorporate like a slide jump into it, or a jump slide into it, I mean, or even a jump slide drop. Like you could really incorporate anything. I think the best thing you could do is just go in private match, shoot some bots, and really experiment with like comboing everything you learn together, because I think the combination of things is what makes it so good. But that's really all with wall jumping. I mean, it's fun to do and it's good for getting information, but overall it's pretty useless. I would say that there's a lot of things in here that are probably more important than wall jumping. That's pretty much everything for the movement guide. I hope that this does help you guys. If you guys want like a how to solo quad video, let me know. I can start working on that. Make sure you comment I made it this far. If you made it this deep in the video, it would really mean a lot. Thank you guys for all the recent support. We've been absolutely going crazy. After taking such a long break, it's surprising me that I could still pull views on this app, and it's all thanks to you guys. Make sure you go to my Twitch after this video and come say hi. I'm live every single day where I get gameplays, funny clips, and I even play some games other than Warzone sometimes. But that's pretty much all. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you never miss a future video. I will catch you guys in the next one. For the last 20 seconds of this video, I'm actually just going to say balls because I need it to reach 10 minutes. So, balls, 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 ball. See you in the next one, guys. You said what?
That's fire, bro. They don't love that shit, man.